RawPodcast. My name is Scott Harrigan, host of my little show. And today we have Blake Polischuk from the Stingers, and we're going to talk a little local hockey. How you doing, Blake?
I'm doing good, Scott.
Have you've never done one of these little things before?
Never done this.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pretend we're at a pub. Yeah. And we're just going to shoot the shit and just see where it goes. And I'm massively intrigued, I got to tell you, of the Vancouver,
the Victoria
Hockey League. Yeah. It's really cool how there's some really good talent there, right?
Over the years, we've had endless talent, like
first round draft picks.
Yeah. We've had first round. We've had a goalie that's playing on the Tritons, which is the base team. He got drafted 4th round by San Jose.
Yeah.
I mean, a goalie, 4th round, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's better than Brumby.
Yeah.
Right? Is he still playing?
No, Brumby.
Is he done? He hung him up?
I mean, I'm the oldest guy in the league.
Well, I want to talk about that, actually, because you're still playing. And do you want us to tell your age?
Yes. I just turned 50 last June. I'll be 51 years old this June.
And you've been playing in the Victoria Hockey League for how long?
30 years.
30 years?
Yes.
On the same team?
Yes.
How many cups in those times? About?
Probably about seven or 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Is it just like winning the first one?
Yes. And, and it's so tough. Like, everyone talks about the league and that, but once the playoffs hit, the intensity picks up. Everyone gets a little chippier, a little more faster skating, a little more intense, because they want to hoist the cup.
But the thing is, too, is that we all have jobs we got to go to on Monday.
Oh, I know.
So no, but you know what I mean. So it's the boys play it properly. Like I've seen quite a few games, and I got to tell you,
oh yeah,
it's better than some of the other hockey that's like you know what I mean. Like
we just lost in the finals to a team called the Lions. And
is that a new team?
No, they've been around for a while.
Okay.
But that's we always tease them because that's Kirby Sports.
Oh,
Mark Walton runs that team.
Okay.
And so there's a bunch of guys from Kirby Sports or Victoria Cougars that play on the team and all that too.
So all the young kids.
Yeah. Oh, like Teal Burns plays on it.
Yeah.
Hoban, and there's a few other guys, but some real good players.
Yeah.
We just lost to them, but
that picks up your game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're playing against that, you don't want to be...
No, and that's exactly it. They pick up their game. They're a little quicker, a little faster.
Sure.
Yeah, a little more intense.
Yeah.
So,
but you're not going to lose to a dad. No way, man. Yeah, you got that dad strength going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I have my moments, but this time all the time, my wife will look and go, "Are you going to the game tonight?" And I'm like, I'm a little sore, but yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. I think I've missed probably in the last 5 years, maybe one game.
Come on.
Yes.
Wow.
So we average anywhere from 20 to 25 games in a season, and then playoffs.
So if I talk to your teammates, would they say you should miss more games?
Old guys.
Just to chirp you, right?
Oh, yeah.
No. What keeps you motivated? Like, you just love it. Like, you are that guy that just loves it.
I do love it, but it's the guys. It's
the camaraderie.
In the room, the dress room, the boys afterwards, having a couple soda pops.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Everyone has their own stories of their junior days. Like most of the guys in our league have played some type of junior B or junior A.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You can go around the whole league.
Yeah.
Like I came from Peninsula Eagles.
Right.
Yeah, old school Peninsula Eagles.
Yeah.
And I bounced out of there when I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Came and played with my buddies in the Stingers.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm going to play a few years.
Yeah.
All of a sudden turns, I'm 30 years.
Isn't that something, eh?
Run the league for the last 15 years.
You're the president of that league, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that takes up a ton of your time. So you got a family.
Yeah.
You got a teenage son, a wife. You work at UVix.
Yeah, work full-time at UVix.
And this is another full-time. Like, I know what it's like when I run ISN. People think, it's just a little sports thing and blah, blah, blah. 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
You know what? If you go to our website, all the stats are updated.
Yeah.
Box score, everything.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I put some pictures up, and I try to make it look presentable and stuff like that. And guys, as much as they tease, they like to look at their stats.
Guys they do, right?
They're like, oh yeah.
But it's that the little boost or whatever that the bragging rights.
But overall, the guys in the league are great guys.
I know quite a few of them, or I did.
I play a little hard nose. I can be in people's faces a lot. And
you're a big guy.
When I played junior B, I was a grinder, the third line, fourth line guy and all that. But after the game, I'm the first guy to grab a soda pop and go, hey, that was a great game. All great guys.
100%. Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's what brings me back playing every year.
And that's why I like giving the exposure to teams that you know that normally don't get exposure, but are massively passionate about it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that there is there a team up island like say Nanaimo Hockey League?
There's a Mill Bay League.
Do you play them?
We don't, but we used to play a team out of Lake Cowichan. We used to do road trips up to Lake Cowichan to Apollos.
That'd be
they
cool.
used to be in our league too. For, I'd say about 6 years, 7 years. They were a good team.
Yeah.
That road trip brought us back to junior days.
Of course, absolutely.
Taking John Wilson, the bus up there.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But, you know, they got older and then they disbanded their team, so they weren't. And now, like, our league used to have 8 teams in it, and then it's trickled down to now we only have 4 because other teams have gone to different leagues and all that. Because there's the Sunday night Colwood League, there's a Saturday night Esquimalt League, there's us, and then there's Hockey 101 for men's hockey in Victoria.
Yeah. That's taken off a 101. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this question, Blake.
Yeah.
Do you think you're still doing it because if you don't, it might fold?
People have asked me that. People have said, Blake, who's going to take over if you leave?
Well, that's just it.
I don't know if anybody would take over. I mean, but right at the moment, I'm enjoying it.
No, of course, but like there must be times where you're 50 is no like.
Oh, you know,
you might be. Oh, Jesus! I guess.
But you know what? It keeps me in shape too.
Of course, yeah.
Oh yeah. Like you know, there's guys I play with in Stinger hockey, and they go, Blake, you're still playing. I said, yeah. And I said, I'm still bleeding the yellow and black and white. You know, that's our trademark. You know,
when I talk to ex-professional guys and whatever, and I had a few buddies that have played it, like we all do. We all have a couple buddies that played and made it. And it's like, what do you miss? And they go, the boys. Oh. Miss the boys. I don't give a shit about the road games anymore. I don't give a shit about the travel. Not like whatever. Even the games. I don't miss practice. I certainly don't. None of that. But I miss the fellas. Now the hockey dressing room is this sanctuary. It has never changed. Anything. No. You can say anything. You know, it's one of those rooms that anything goes, nothing's untouched, and it's all in good fun, and it stays in that room.
Oh, exactly.
That's the best part of a hockey dressing room. Yeah. And I don't know if there's any other dressing rooms like that.
You know, I think other sports, like I play baseball, I play football, and we've had some good, maybe in the dugout afterwards, having a few soda pops.
Sure, yeah. but it's never that close or confined, is it? Like in the dressing room, like, you know, I there's nothing. I've heard the raunchiest jokes. I've heard the most this kind of joke, whatever, but it's not taken in any context other than that's fun and whatever. Oh, yeah. Like, you don't want to. I remember I walked in with a haircut one time or whatever, and holy God, man. Oh yeah. I got ripped apart, but it's fun.
Oh yeah. Like you gotta be able to take it.
You have to,
and then be able to dish it out. You know, being the old guy in the league, you know, I go on the ice and I get guys going, "Hey, old guy, what are you gonna do? Hey, you know, aren't you gonna hang him up? You know, and all this."
Jagger.
I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, you know.
But the thing is that you know all these guys outside of hockey, and you've known them for years, probably. Yes. Yeah, are you born and raised here?
Yes, born and raised. I grew up Gordon Head area, Gordon Head boy. I played Saanich minor hockey for the first few years, and then I switched over to the Racket Club. Played all my minor hockey after that at Racket Club. Okay. And then I
was that with Ryan O'Byrne and all them guys?
Ryan O'Byrne is younger than me, but
yeah.
He played out
but no, but didn't he play out that way? And
yeah, I think O'Byrne played out in the Racket Club and stuff like that. But
what a career he had, eh?
Oh yeah. Like if you want to get a guy that I played with, and not sort of dropping names, but
no, drop names. It's a podcast. Yeah.
Kent Manderville.
Oh yeah, he played with the Leafs.
Yeah. So
did he play with the Flyers too?
Yeah, and I graduated with him from Mount.
Did you really? Yeah. I didn't know he was from out here.
Yeah, 89.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, and then another guy who played, you know, he was A level. I was in the B house league and all that. Was Byron Defoe.
He's from here.
And he came and played hockey out this way and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then everyone was like, oh. look at Byron, you know, and and he took off. So.
We've had a couple, you know, there's no shortage of guys on this island. Like I'm not from here. I didn't go to school here. I didn't play my sports here. Yeah. So I remember there was do you remember Roy Vollinger?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know the man.
Yeah.
But
football.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I met him in a pub years ago when I first started ISN. So that's 2008. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "You're not from here, are you?" And I said, "No, I'm not." Yeah. He goes, "Yeah, you didn't go to school here." I said, "No." What do you do? What sports do you play here? I said, "Well, actually, I played hockey out for the Saanich Warriors for one of the older teams, right? And we did okay." But I said, "No, I'm thinking of starting a sports website here." And he goes, "Oh, you'll get eaten alive. Don't do it. You won't let they'll carve you up."
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, man. It's like, who is this guy, right? Yeah. I thought he was the pub owner.
Yeah.
Right? Because he everybody knew him
he's very boisterous, that's for sure.
But I don't know the man, and I seen him years later, Blake, and he goes, "Well, you did it." And I go, "Who?" And he's one of those guys that you remember. Just the voice, the face, everything. Because you run into 100 guys in this town, and you're like, whatever. He is the one guy you remember.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, "What did I do?" He goes, "Well, you started it, and you did it, and good on you."
Well, yeah.
And so it's appreciated, but it's a tough place. If you're not from here, it is not easy
to break in, that's for sure.
And sports is certainly a way of doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly it. I mean... In Victoria, there's so much sports. And I mean, we have our baseball, we have our hockey, we have our football. And now with all the high schools having all their particular sports, you know, when I grew up, we didn't have that. I mean, when I went to Mount Doug High, we had rugby, we had soccer, and we had basketball. We didn't have football.
Was there any school, like, did you have a hockey team?
Nope.
So you never, see, this is, in Ontario, we had, like, our Lincoln would play St. Andrews and all this.
So our rugby team would play football. And play less football
and basketball probably.
Yeah, and so that was it. You sort of mix the sports and stuff like that.
How important do you think multi-sports is for a kid growing up?
Oh, I think it's great. I think you know this day and age with all the academies and stuff like that.
What's your take on academies? Really,
just the give and take, you know. But what happens with academies is the kids are drawn into them because they're almost told if you don't do the academies, you're not going to make it to that next level.
That's not true, though.
Yeah. I mean, when I grew up, I played house and B hockey. And then once hockey was done, it was baseball.
Whatever the season was. Yes.
And now, arguably, people would come up to me, "Hey, Blake, you know, if you went to power skating, did some different things, you could maybe play some." I said, "No, it's my baseball season or my football
That's
season.
right,
or
exactly.
lacrosse."
Yeah.
You know, I played all these different sports, but I enjoyed every sport.
Of course.
And, you know, the teammates, like I still talk to people to this day. They'll run into the mall, and my son will go, "Dad, you run into so many different people." Yes, I know.
But from where?
From sports and school. And
that's right.
And
yeah.
Most people in Victoria are generally really nice.
Oh, 100%.
Nice.
Yep.
Always, you know, they'll talk to me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll see a face.
Yeah.
Maybe not know the name.
Yeah, that's right.
"Hey, how's it going?"
That's where you could just use it. "Hey, buddy."
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. And then you start talking to them, and we played football together.
One season.
Yeah, or we went to elementary school.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, after I finished school, I worked in the bars, so I would always see everyone.
Bouncing and stuff like that, yeah.
So I always see people. So
having to throw it. Yeah, it's easier to having to throw at a guy that beat in a championship.
Yeah.
You know?
And so my wife would always tease me, and she goes, "Oh, you're a bit of a social butterfly. I'll chat with anybody."
Why not, though?
Yeah.
It's, you know, do you think Victoria's lost that? Mm-mm. Do you think it's still here?
Oh, it's still here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still here.
Okay.
The thing that concerns me is social media sometimes, you know. Ugh. Yeah, you know, a lot of kids now, they can't really talk face to face. They do a lot of texting and stuff like that, but I think it's coming around. I think, you know, they're finding
I've noticed a difference just because no matter what you do, you're always going to be an out because you just weren't born and raised here. And they're very protective of their town. They love their town, and rightfully so. And you know, sometimes you get a glimpse into it, like, "Oh, I think I've made it," and then you're reminded and humbled that, you know, just keep your head on your shoulder because that's, you know, this is our town and we love it, and so it's one of those things where I've seen a difference working for the city of Victoria. Going, this isn't the same little town that when I first started.
It's grown huge.
It's massively grown, but people that are from here will remind you that these are the rules, and I like that.
Yeah,
I like that they kind of just say, no, this is the way. We're not changing this.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
And to me, I think they should be congratulated for it because
it's a beautiful city. Like
it's
me and
gorgeous.
my wife and my son, we don't want to move away from here.
No, but I love Up Island.
Oh, Up Island's beautiful too.
I moved to Yubo.
But Victoria is Victoria.
Victoria's Victoria.
And I would never move from here.
No.
I mean, the only choice I would have is if work related or something like that, or my wife had to move or something like that. Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah,
I mean, we're born and raised. My wife was born and raised.
Really?
Same thing. So,
perfect.
Yeah. My son is going to Mount Doug.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So that's exactly.
But let's get back to the Stingers. I mean, so how many? What is the turnover and from year to year? Do you normally have the same team year after year after year?
Put it this way, usually we have a core of about 10 guys.
Yeah.
10 to 11 guys, and then maybe there's 2, give or take, that we'll bring in. But you know what? They have to fit the mold. It's usually a friend of a friend, or,
Is there tryouts?
No tryouts. There's never tryouts on the Stingers. There's
right.
never tryout, but it's...
But if you're not the right fit...
Sorry.
So, yeah.
And you'll know that.
Yeah,
but most of the time, guys will come in, but sometimes they only come in for a year. Because, they're going to school at UVic or something. And then they're moving away, or work related.
Right.
Or, guys get older, families.
Of course. And life moves.
3 kids, they don't have time to play twice a week,
But you're very social. Like you say, you're a social butterfly. I see your Facebook posts sometimes, and you're always having little parties or something, or this, or like a Stingers night, or something, a barbecue.
We always try to have a Christmas party, a year-end party. And you know what? If somebody gets married on the team, that's a big hurrah. Bachelor parties and stuff like that. And we're all sort of...
Are you the only team that does that in the league, do you think?
No. I think there's other teams that do it. I was talking...
But you're the catalyst. You're the conduit that drives that bus. Yeah.
I mean, there's the Sharks. They've done... They're a very close-knit group, too.
Okay. Was that Ducalo and the boys?
Yeah, that's Ducalo.
Does Duke still play?
Yeah, Ducalo.
No.
And then there's Tyler Matheson. There's another guy who's...
Holy shit.
Yeah, so...
Really?
So, I mean, there's the who's who in the league. On the lines, you have guys like Teal Burns and stuff like that, Mark Walton.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Who's that big defenseman that went first in the first round? I don't know what team he was on. He's a big dude.
There's a guy who plays on our team is a big dude, Kevin Phelps.
Was that head up the whole? You can tell a guy that played at a high level.
He played in the dub. He played a lot of good hockey and stuff like that.
Okay.
But great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
This is going back a few years ago.
Yeah. And but there's guys that have come in the league and then they've left and all of a sudden you're reading it. Oh, this guy played this type of hockey.
I know. Yeah. Well, who's the best goalie right now? Who's the hottest?
That's
who burns you the most?
Who burns our team? It was for a while there. It was the guy from the base.
Oh, is it?
All year long, he burned us, but we got redemption in the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, it was nice.
Well, what was Brumby like?
Brumby was really good.
Do you know what I heard about Brumby? Somebody once said that he could wear a thong and a catcher's mitt and still burn him.
He was great. He was
unbelievable.
Awesome. We had a goalie named Jason Stone.
I remember Stone. Yeah. Isn't he coaching somewhere now?
No, he's back. He's back east.
Oh, okay. I thought
he
was
moved with his wife, and he plays senior men's hockey.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
right.
And then if you go back even farther, you got a guy named Timmy Renton.
Never heard that name.
Yeah.
Was he good?
Really good.
Really, eh?
Yeah. I mean, we won games just because of him. Same like Jason Stone. We won games just because of them.
Yeah.
Like we won a championship with Jason Stone that arguably probably should have won.
Really? Because he just stood on his head?
Yeah.
A hot goalie does it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You get the hot goalie and you run with that, you can win.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's just everything just hits him or whatever.
Into place. So now what I set up the last 3 years is, I guess it's 3 years now, COVID-related stuff too, is I talked to the Esquimalt League Saturday night. I said, why don't we do some crossover games?
I think that'd be wicked if you did that. That's what I was getting about Up Island. If you could have
that's what we've done for the last 3 years. I started.
Oh, really?
I talked to Bob in the Esquimalt League who runs it, and we do crossover games. So each team we play twice in the Esquimalt League, and they actually count in our standings and in their standings. So each game.
So all 4 teams in the VHL play this team.
The 4 teams in the Esquimalt League.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
But once the playoffs start, they have their playoffs. We have our playoffs.
Oh, wouldn't that be great, though, to have like
We've talked about joining forces and having all 8 teams, but they have their own rules there. We have our rules.
Oh, yeah.
We only play 2 periods, 20 minutes stop.
Yeah.
They play 3 periods, running time and stuff like that. So they have some different rules.
Well.
And they also only play once a week.
It'd be good to have it in their barn. You have to play by their rules, and our barn, we'd have to play by.
That's what we do. When we go over to Esquimalt.
Oh, you have to play 3 periods?
Yeah.
How are you feeling after that?
It's the second period. It's the second period with no ice clean. Yeah, so that's exactly it. So.
No kidding. That's awesome. You know what? Another thing, it's it's not just so much the talent level. And we've talked about this before. Is that the camaraderie and stuff like that. But more than anything, I think it's the passion you have to have for the game itself.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like it's. I know you're a Flyers fan and stuff like that, and I'm a Leaf fan, and no, it's sickening. But it's one of those things you have that drive. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I love hockey. I've seen it change, and I wasn't like, I remember your Flyers, like as a kid when they're going through the Canada Cups and when Bobby Clark hit that rush, and I was like, oh, you know what? That's
that
awesome.
was a big slash on his foot. Yeah,
it was on purpose because they were losing, right? And from my hometown of Cambridge, we had Gary Donhofer.
Yeah.
And he played with but as much as I love the Broad Street Bullies and that era of hockey, I never thought that I would be ever changing to a no hitting, no fighting league until the last few years. I've been watching the NHL playoffs. Yeah. Probably the best hockey I've seen in 20 years.
Yeah,
it's the best hockey.
It's give and take and stuff like that. I miss some of the intensity. Like I'm an '80s NHL. And I get what people say, the talent pool. You can't compare decades. It's hard to compare the '80s, the '90s.
Yeah.
You can't even the '70s. You can't compare the decades, but you can take some players and say, how this player,
Gretzky. Do you think Gretzky today would have scored as many goals?
I don't know if he would score as many goals, but I think, don't forget, the skates have changed, the sticks have changed. You're in shape for preseason. You're not coming to get in shape. You have to be.
No, well, these guys are smoking and everything in the dressing room and drinking beers and in between periods.
Reggie Leach is coming off the plane and he's loaded and
Lafleur and smoking and the thing, whatever.
That has changed.
But that just goes to show you how talented they really were. Yeah, let's be honest.
The talent pool is unbelievable.
Like, if you look at the old footage, those boys are moving, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like you look at the 70s and all that hockey in the 80s, and when Philadelphia figured out, okay, well, we just have to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But are you telling me
Montreal with their quickness?
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah. But the Islanders, they had a few. Every team had tough guys, but you still had to be good.
Yeah. But if you look in the 80s, you look at the teams that were competitive and winning, were fast and all that, but you still had guys like Bob Probert, Rick Tocchet, Wendell Clark.
Yeah. Nick Sorley, all those guys.
Those guys who put 20 goals, 25 goals a season and 300 PIMs.
Well, Probert even more.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's just a give or take.
Yeah, and he was blown away on blow. Do you imagine how good he would have been off the blow?
So, I mean, the guys today that you can compare to that, maybe Wayne Simmons. Wayne Simmons is an 80s throwback kind of guy.
Reeves, I guess. Yeah. But he's not really scoring goals, though, is he, Reeves?
No, but Wayne Simmons, when he played for the Flyers, when he traded from LA.
Man, he was good.
He was really good. Yeah. But he was winning fights, too.
Yeah.
And he was protecting guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think you take fighting out of the game, but it's sure minimized.
You know what I don't like, Blake, and I will be honest about this.
Fights?
Stage fights, or if you hit a good clean check, an open ice hit, and all of a sudden it's a scrap. That drives me mental. Yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times the hitting and all that is toned down a bit because of concussions.
But the biggers don't like these. These guys are monsters now.
I mean, I'm 6'2", 220, 225. and that's a regular size for guys now. But back
in the day, that was a big guy, 6'2".
Yeah.
That's like you're
a big guy. But now I'm looking at the kids and teenagers, and they're the same size. I'm like, holy.
And they're playing different sports and whatever. But being a kid 6'4" is not rare.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
6'4", 220.
Oh yeah.
It's just beast now, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when I was growing up, I don't know if you. A little side note here, just for. We used to have a team, and it's called the Cambridge Hornets, and they were Senior A, and they won 2 Allen Cups or 3 Allen Cups, which is one of my favorite cups. The senior, the Allen Cup.
Oh, that's some.
A lot of people don't even know about the Allen Cup, which boggles my mind. But the Cambridge Hornets, they played out of an arena called Shade Street Arena, Galt Arena Gardens. Okay. It is the oldest arena in the operating arena in the world. It's this old wooden barn, and they've done some stuff to it now, I'm told. I haven't been back in 25 years, so I wouldn't know. But there was Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah.
But moreover, there was when the Hornets played Saturday night, you were at that game.
Yeah.
Did you have that with the Cougars here, or like when you were growing up?
When we would watch the Cougars, when I was a kid, there was Barry Peterson, Grant Fuhrer, and the boys there, and the barn would be shaking. Memorial Arena. It was before Save-On, and it would be shaking for playoffs.
Smell of the onions?
Oh, the hot dogs and you had you could walk around and stuff like that, and it was shaking. It was the ticket to have.
And no parents. You went with your buddies.
Oh, yeah.
You just a group of you. Probably didn't pay. You probably snuck in. I don't remember once paying for a Hornet game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did, but
it was the ticket to have.
That's what you did.
And then when they left and they went to Prince George.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh.
I know, right?
We lost the dub. And then they slowly tried they got the East Coast Hockey League in, the Salmon.
Remember that? Oof.
But they had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to start somewhere. And now look at the Royals. There's a good following for them.
Yeah, there is. Well, this brings this question up, and don't hit me.
No.
Is there too much hockey on the South Island?
There's never too much hockey. I love my hockey. There's never too much hockey.
I love hockey too. I don't know who to cheer for.
But you know what?
I don't know. Is it saturated? Is it watered down?
No.
Why no fans then in the Grizzlies? Why no fans for the?
Because there's so much other stuff to do in Victoria. There is so much stuff to do.
Or is there too much hockey?
Nah, there's never too much hockey.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm. You know what?
I mean, lacrosse sells out. You can't get a seat to the Shamrock game, but
you know,
you'll always get a ticket to a Grizzly game or this game or that game or that game.
The Grizzlies, BC Hockey League, and WHL, there's difference. You know, I've always said the dub is a little bit better.
It should be.
Yeah, then the BC Hockey League.
Right.
But back in the day, the BC Hockey League was, the who's who.
The
came
jungle.
Out of that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
but that's before you had choice. Like, if you weren't coming out of midget, if you weren't drafted, you're done.
Yeah, because
now there's so many options of you can go this route. There's academies. There's this. I honestly think
if you get to midget hockey and you're not doing anything, like if you're going to
midget anything, midget ball, midget this, midget anything.
That's it. That's it. You're looking. Kids are now 13, 14, and all of a sudden they're grabbing you and saying, "Okay, we want you in this program, that program, this program," and then that's where you go. And then they say, you got and then you look at your juniors and the BC Hockey League, WHL, and stuff like that. But back in the day, the who's who came out. Like I was talking.
It must have been wicked. If I ever regret it, I didn't move out sooner to watch. I would love to have seen a Cougars game.
I watched a kid, Brett Hall, play for the Penticton Knights.
No way.
Wow, he's still the most goals ever.
Wow.
In BC Hockey League.
Unbelievable,
eh? I think he had 115 goals in one season.
Isn't that something? Yeah. Who were the top teams back then? But the Cougars were up there.
Cougars were great, yeah.
But what about any interior teams?
Oh, no, but don't forget, in the WHL, you had the Portland Winterhawks.
Yeah.
So the interior teams for BC Hockey League, Penticton's always
been a powerhouse. They're a powerhouse every year, right?
And Vernon was a powerhouse too. Vernon was always good.
What about now the Trailblazers?
Yeah, they're not bad now, but back in the day.
Didn't they play for Canada? or something. They played for when they didn't have I think it was a bunch of trail guys that played for Canada. Like
I think there was a few guys that did. I don't know if there was
the actual team itself represented Canada for the whatever.
I don't know if they did that. I'm not too sure on that.
Yeah, I think it was that guy that owned Columbia Fuels.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
The grandfather that I think he played for trail or whatever, and they represented Canada. But we've had like who's the guy from New York with the Stanley Cups here? Yeah. What was his name? That lived in Victoria. I can't. But his two kids put their names. The cup was in Victoria. What was his name?
I can't remember.
I can't either. But big, like he ran the New York Rangers. He was New York Rangers, and he would bring the cup here to Victoria.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And his kids went downstairs and etched their name into it.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, yeah, but they won it years later.
Oh, Jesus.
So they found out that they etched their name, but the kids went on to NHL and win the cup, and their names were on it anyways. Wow. Yeah, wild,
that's a story I've never heard of.
No, it's very much true. And do you want to hear another cup thing? So this is off topic. Years ago, when the BC Lions won the Grey Cup, right? ISN was commissioned to send a couple photographers they hired by, there was some caravan. I can't even remember what it was, but they asked ISN if we could come out with a photographer and shoot, and they'd pay us for that and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, okay, no problem. And it was Belmont, I believe. And so I'm late, usual, right? You know, Ontario.
Yeah.
And I got ushered through this back of the school or something in the hallway, and there was Wally Bono, Travis Toulay, and who was the kicker? McCallum.
Yeah, McCallum.
And on the bottom on the floor was this like a crate that you'd see in your grandmother's house, like one of them old crickety like
wooden crates,
wooden box. No, it wasn't wood. It was kind of like cardboard, like whatever. One of them like, and I was like, oh hey boys, is that the CFL? Is that the trophy? Go yeah. So Travis, it was kind of, who are you? And I said, geez, boys, what's it like to have your name on that cup with Wayne Gretzky? And he just, this is the Grey Cup and not the Stanley Cup, right? Oh. And I said, I'm well aware of what cup it is. Yeah, but, how's it feel to be on there with Wayne Gretzky and John Candy and Bruce McNall? Yeah. What are you talking about?
The Toronto Argonauts.
I said, well, they owned the Argos in '91 with Rocket Ishmael.
Yeah.
They're in the cup and they're turning it over and they found it. They go, holy. So that's all fine. They get called to the stage. And now welcome I can't remember what year, the Grey Cup champs BC Lions. And they're like, kids are screaming. They're going, Travis. Yeah. So this is like 15 seconds after I told him this story. He grabs the mic and he goes, I can't begin to tell you what an honor it is to be on the cup with Wayne Gretzky. And I'm thinking, you phony bastard. You didn't even know about this. Now he's giving these kids a history lesson on the cup. Like, get out of here. So it's the kind of, being trophies and stuff.
Oh. Like the trophies we have in the VHL.
What are they? Yeah.
So we have the playoff champs. We have the playoff MVP.
Calder?
Yeah, we got the Rookie of the Year. And we got the Lady Bing, the most sportsmanlike, which nobody really wants to have their name on that. To this day, nobody still wants their name on that. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a rookie, you have the goalie?
Yeah, you have best goalie.
Yeah.
And the rookie.
Scoring champ? Maurice Rocker was shirt. Yeah,
scoring champ.
Who won that last year?
Blake Roney. Yeah. And
local guy?
Yeah. He plays for the Lions, and he's won it the last few years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what did he need to take that? How many points or goals?
I'm thinking he had something like 30, 35 goals. You could look on our website.
And how many games?
20 games.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. The guy's always around the net, scores lots of goals.
Wow, eh?
He's one of those guys that you would say, and we laugh.
Unassuming.
On the Lions. He might not be the best player on the Lions.
No.
He might be the fourth best
player. He's got a nose for the net.
He finds it. Like all of a sudden he'll get on his stick, boom, bar down. Like it's
really?
Just like he's scored some beautiful goals.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Have you ever won a trophy there? What, a defenseman or anything like that?
No.
No? Not even a sniff?
No, not even a sniff.
Not a vote? Who gets to vote? Who votes?
So I pick, as the president, I pick nominees, and then I send it out to all the team reps, and each team rep gets a vote. And then I just add them up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just add them up. So I pick.
And some are obvious, though. Like, this is like.
Everyone
like,
knows and goes, oh, this was the best team.
Right.
Or that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got for refs, local refs? Like, how do you do that? How do you work that?
Local refs. We've had a couple, Neil Lundeen, Blair Young, a couple other guys come and go and all. But those would be mainstays. Like Blair Young and Neil Lundeen have been reffing pretty much as long as I've been playing.
So they obviously love the game as much as you.
But they ref all over the place.
Right, right. How much do they get paid?
$45.
A game?
A game.
Wow.
And then we have a scorekeeper, timekeeper.
Right.
They get paid $25.
Okay.
So
the boys just chip in, or is that part of their dues?
So I add it up with ice time and all, and ice is not cheap.
No.
So an hour and a half ice at Perks and Save On is around $420, $425.
A night?
Yeah, for an hour and a half. Hour and a half ice.
And it takes you an hour and a half to do 220s?
Yes, because you have an ice clean. And then if you have a few penalties, it can drag on a bit.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so.
Holy.
So that adds up. So this year, league dues for each team was $8,700.
Over the course of what, 16 guys, 17 guys, or whatever?
Yeah, 15,
whatever.
16 guys.
Yeah.
So,
That's not too bad.
So it's about $550,
yeah.
$600.
Yeah.
Every day. So
and that covers everything?
That covers everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the boys don't have to chip in, or like $2 each for putting in a hat for the ref or anything like that?
No.
Oh, perfect.
All the league dues.
All the playoffs too, the whole bit?
Everything.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Yeah. So I do a spreadsheet at the beginning of the year. So I add up, because ice does go up, and then.
What about the time slot? So you keep like being around for so long, you get the good slot still, or
we play at Naden on Thursday at 8:30.
That's not bad.
Slot. Saturday night at Perks 9:15.
Not bad.
Save on Sunday 7:30.
7:30 at night.
7:30 at night.
That's like an NHL game.
Prime time.
Wicked. Mm-hmm. Really? And like no charge, anybody can walk in and see it and stuff like that.
Yeah, anybody can come and watch.
Yeah.
Most of the time we have girlfriends or parents.
Of course, yeah. And they change every year.
But playoffs, you get a few more people out, and that's how I met you.
That's right, absolutely, yeah.
Playoffs came, and you took some pictures.
That's right,
some posts and all that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good hockey.
It is.
It's good hockey.
You come out, and yes, we only have 4 teams, but having these crossover games now with
I think that's wicked.
Is awesome. It gives some new blood, and some guys that used to play in the VHL now play in the Esquimalt League, and we play. And we see it again. And it's like, hey, I missed seeing you, But the Esquimalt League, they only play once a week. They only play on their Saturday night.
Okay.
They have their 3 ice slots and all at Archie Browning.
Right,
But so, that was a drawback too.
Yeah.
Because we usually play twice a week. Twice a week. And not everyone wants to play twice a week.
Last time I skated on Save On, I found the ice soft.
Oh, it's hot. The arena is super hot.
Do you know the best ice? Fuller Lake.
Oh yeah, the big ice, the 10 feet behind the net.
Yeah, that I found to be the best ice on the island.
Actually, you know who has good ice too? Is Lake Cowichan, but it's a smaller arena.
It's small, it's tiny little barn.
Tiny.
Yeah.
You go across the blue line, and all of a sudden you're at the hash mark.
I know, right? Yeah. What's your take on 3-on-3?
I enjoy it.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the shootout.
No, I never did like that. That and that stupid red laser puck.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Get rid of the shootout, because now that takes away from the penalty shot. You know how excited the fans were when the penalty shot, somebody would get a penalty shot, they'd be standing on their feet.
Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, and the kids nowadays, some of the moves they can do in the shootout, holy God. But
who's that Zagaris guy in Anaheim?
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, this is where I say, I'm not a huge soccer fan.
Nope. Did you see that play there the other night?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. But, with soccer, you have your shootouts. And then once
penalty kicks,
Once NHL went to shootouts, I said, you're making this a one-on-one. It's not the team sport. I read them go 3-on-3. Or what happened with a tie?
Well, yeah, what did happen with the tie? I actually I think that 5 minutes of the 3-on-3 is probably one of the most exciting. Like I almost go, I hope they go into overtime.
Yeah.
Because I want to see it.
See, in our overtime in the playoffs, we go 4-on-4.
That'd be cool. For until it's solved, or 5 minutes?
No, 5 mans.
Okay,
Because
and then
we only
what?
have- and then we
Shoot
do
out?
shootout. 3 shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, because you only have so much ice.
Oh, the time.
Yeah,
are
we're
they
done.
right on you? Like 1 hour and a half zip? Like they blow the horn?
Some are, some aren't.
Yeah.
Some meetings are. I mean, in the playoffs, they go, okay, that's all right.
Well, if you get Wamsley, he's not going to say nothing, is he?
Yeah, Woms is great. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, listen, Blake, what else you got coming up? Like, what do you got planned? Is there like what anniversary are we in right now?
I've been married 20 years now.
No, not marriage, but I'm glad we met. Your family's going to be watching us, so we should be.
That's exactly it. You know, I wouldn't be playing hockey this long if it wasn't for my lovely wife.
No,
I have to give her kudos. She puts up with a lot.
Mention her name. Her name.
No, Nikki Polischuk.
Absolutely. Nikki, you're a trooper.
And then my son. You know, he would come home and watch and stuff like that. But they are troopers to put up
good
with
for
it.
you.
I mean, I can be out for dinner, and all of a sudden I get this text. Blake, we need a goalie for tonight. And a team. So I'm trying to find a goalie.
Really?
I'm trying to find, we only have 5 skaters. Okay, let's get a couple more skaters.
I was going to start years ago. I was going to, instead of doing ISN, I was going to start this website called Rent a Goalie.
Oh, the goalies can be the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
Hardest to find.
Absolutely.
And
especially at that level. But, like, not every hack goalie like I am could play in that league. I'd get lit up.
There's a couple of goalies that have come in, and they got lit up, and they're like, that's it. They just walk over.
You need 11 to win tonight, boys. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
If you don't get 11, you ain't winning.
Yeah. You should hope that if you get 11 that you're winning. But we've lost.
Well, no, I'm letting in 10 is what I'm saying. 10's going in. You're going to need 11 to win.
So that's exactly it. So they put up with a lot with me, my wife. I'm on the phone, or I come home and I want to update the website and stuff.
But you're at work all day too, and then so it's hard to balance all that stuff.
Yeah, and then it's time. And all of a sudden I'll get a phone call. Oh, the scorekeeper can't show up, or a ref is missing, or something.
Or there was a fight in the game and you got to deal with it, or
like what?
Who does that? Like,
that's
is there
all me.
So you hand up. You're the George Peros of the league too.
Suspension, but I talk to the refs. And I get the input from both refs. We have 2 refs each game. And so I'll get their input and say, okay,
what happened?
So every playoff game, so in the playoffs, I show up to every game for the playoffs. So I can
either way, if you're in or out of it.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I show up. Because I don't really want to chuck somebody out for a game.
No, of course not. They've paid their money.
Yeah, unless it's...
But they know there's no fighting in that league.
There isn't, but there's still guys that drop the gloves.
Yeah. But so they drop the gloves one time?
1 game, and if they drop it twice, 3 games.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the last 5
What about
years,
because there's been a couple of guys, I won't mention their names.
You know what? Over the years, people come in and go, oh, this
You've had to kick a few guys out of the league.
Yeah, there's a few guys that aren't in the league anymore. And
because?
They're stick work and stuff like that.
Oh, stick work too?
Yeah, stick work, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had a couple of guys that love to carve guys up very much.
Why?
I don't know. They get on the ice and different mentality. But you get them off the ice, nicest guys ever.
Yeah, I know. But stick work is one of the things that just, that is, even to the most staunch hockey fan,
you know what?
It's just something you don't do.
One of the worst.
You just don't do it. Drop the gloves, fine. I get that.
Yeah, waving the stick in somebody's face.
No.
Or
you might as well call the guy a goof.
The ultimate is slew foot.
That's that dirty,
that is the dirtiest move ever.
No.
You just can't have that.
No, you can't. No, not at any level though. But the thing is those are unwritten rules.
Oh yeah.
That you don't have to That's immediate. Like that's just being an idiot.
But over the years, when I first came in from Junior B, and back then it was Jungle B when I played.
Jungle B, yeah.
It was there was lots of.
Oh, you're coming out of the '80s then, right?
Yeah,
mid '80s and stuff. So that's all hockey was.
Yeah, and so when I came into the Victoria Hockey League, literally the second game I played, I was in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the era.
Yeah.
Right. But even the coaches back then, Blake, if you look, a lot of the coaches were coaching to her. Like, you drive that guy through the board. Coaching it's not the same anymore.
The game has changed.
The game has changed for the better, I think.
Yeah. And, you have your moments. I miss the energy of the game sometimes. I miss that intensity. Sometimes guys coming across the blue line can come across in the NHL with their head down.
Not in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs.
That's my point. That's what I was saying. I never thought I'd be the guy that says no hitting, no fighting, no this, no that. I was a staunch 70s, 80s baby, right? Born in the 60s, late 60s, and that was my brand of hockey. The last 5 years, I would say, in the playoffs, Holy shit!
But
that Washington, New York.
Let me ask you a question. Regular season they have rules, and then playoffs they have.
There's no rules.
There's different rules.
The whistles get put away.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And
that's the way it should be.
And then you get teams that are setting up, and they built their team
for playoffs.
Yeah, and then they built their team for regular season.
Leafs.
Yeah.
There's a regular season team that'll be in the top of the charts, and then first round, gone. Mitch Marner, oh, man. I love the kid, but I'll tell you right now, it's like your son playing against the VHL guys, because it's like, he's very much a boy in a man's game when it comes to playoffs. He doesn't want to be hit. His game drops off significantly because of the intensity.
I think your biggest loss this year is going to be no goalie. I don't know if Jack Campbell comes back and stands on his head like he was.
I think the injury, I think Jack Campbell has it for sure. But I mean, looks like right now we're going to face Florida. And, as much as Florida got upset what was it, last year before, whatever.
They've set themselves up. I mean,
I could see a Colorado-Florida finish.
You have Florida, you have Tampa Bay.
Calgary.
Carolina
scares me.
And Colorado, the talent they can throw out.
Unbelievable.
Power plays. You do not want to take a penalty against
them.
No.
Yeah. No. What did Sutter say? It'd be a waste of eight days?
Oh, yeah. That's exactly it. I mean,
but he is the best when it comes to one-liners and quotes.
Oh,
did you hear what he said about the guy that got...
old school. Yeah.
There was, I guess, a guy got cut, or he had to go in and get stitched up. Yeah. And he's like, it took 33 minutes. He goes,
I could do it in 5 minutes.
I on the farm, I stitched my cow up in 5.
I know.
That's the best quote ever. You know what I mean? Would you not want to go for a beer with that guy?
Oh, I know. That's awesome. But you know what I'm looking forward to is if they match up is Calgary Edmonton in the playoffs.
I don't know if Edmonton. Well, are they as tough as Calgary?
Oh, but did you see the man who ran over Lucic?
Yeah, he's a beast. How old is he? He's up there. He's no youngster.
Oh yeah. Well, look at the guy who just got traded from the Flyers, their captain, after 15 years. Claude Giroux went to Florida, and
got his first point. No, when did he get his first point?
No, he's got 4 points in 2 games.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Assists. Oh, he's playing with Barkov. Holy God.
No kidding. Yeah, exactly right.
Endless talent on those teams.
Fleury got a nice little standing ovation.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's who the Leafs, I think, should have got was Fleury.
Well, apparently they had we have a kid, a college kid by the name of Matthew Knies, I believe, at Knies or something, and apparently he's supposed to be a stud, and that's what they wanted in return. And Dubas was like, no chance of that, and Mrazek, and some other picks and stuff, and so that got squashed.
So we'll see. We'll see if the Leafs can actually win a first round. Here's my take. I've been a Leaf fan my entire life. I'm just born into it, I guess. And my take on the Leafs is that if their goalie's hot and they play together, that team, it looks like they could score at will at any time. Oh, yeah.
And that's Tavares, that's Nylander, but I don't even know if we have a second line. And meanwhile, if you look, any one of those guys on that second line, you would want on any team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they just they just don't do it. Nylander can go 25 games without registering a point.
But you never know. We'll see.
No, exactly. Yeah. Where do you think the Flyers are going to end up next year? Do you think they're going to revamp and come back?
Oh, they have to revamp. They're building from the ground up. I mean, the good thing is, since Hextall days, they actually finally have a goalie, Carter Hart. I think Hart's the real deal.
He really is a good goalie.
I think he is
He's a big dude, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's the real deal. He came out of Everett. I watched him here play.
That's right.
Play the Royals.
That's right. Yeah.
And they lost their 5 overtime.
Yeah. That's
Royals
right.
Lost to Carter Hart. And I went to my.
Did he not play for Canada? In the World Juniors?
World Juniors. Yeah.
And he stood on his head.
He's a great goalie.
Yeah. You know what about the World Juniors? You went to the games in 18, right?
Yeah.
How would that set up at the curling thing? I thought that was wicked. I thought we pulled that off.
Yeah, it's great. It was awesome. Yeah.
Did you see any of the U Sports guys play the World Juniors?
No.
Okay, so I've been saying for years that UVic hockey. I love the UVic Vikes hockey team. Yeah. Here's Shamhart and what they do there, and it's good, talented hockey.
Yeah.
And when they played at the Q Center, I guess the Q Center, what is it called now? Bear Mountain, but the Q Center, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of university guys played our World Junior guys. They hammered them.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
They hammered them. So collegiate hockey,
There's a spot for it.
a definite spot. These guys. Okay, so this brings me to this question here. Is this, and we got to wrap her up soon.
Yeah.
So, at what point do you say to yourself, all right, my dream is over. I just want an education. Because this day and age in hockey, like once you were done, you were done. You could be playing beer league at 18, 19.
Well, and that's exactly it. Like the guys that are playing in the Victoria Hockey League, like there's some guys that come in, like Cole Pickup played.
Remember Cole? Yeah,
Cole
yeah.
Pickup who played for the Grizzlies.
Yeah. I had him on the show, actually. Yeah.
And
he's coaching UVic.
Yeah, and he actually played for the Sharks.
Yeah.
And you know what? They just want to hang out and play some hockey and all that, and their dream is gone.
So
but there's still some players in that league that come in, and I'm like, why aren't you playing college on it? Because I got family, I just want to work, I just want to enjoy the game.
That's the thing. Yeah.
They just want to enjoy it and hanging out with the boys.
That's it exactly.
They know going down to college or Europe or whatever is not for them.
No, exactly.
Traveling,
yeah. Greg Scott.
Yeah.
One of the things he goes, I don't know why I hung on playing in the AHL for so long because he's not getting paid. He goes, he's living the dream right now in Switzerland or somewhere and just loving it and getting paid like $800,000 tax free.
Yeah.
Where in the AHL you're just, you're making 67. I don't know what you're making, but it ain't a lot.
Yeah, like I say, most of the guys that come in are usually guys that have done their junior B or junior A, and then they just come in and they hear about the league. And you know, if it's you. Like
it is the best talented hockey for men's.
I've always
kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's got a niche of its own. Like you got to be good to play it.
Yeah.
Right?
But you're gonna have your great players,
yeah.
And then you'll have your grinders, like myself. Like holy God, like I'm not keeping up with the
no. But you don't want, you don't need to.
No, and that's exactly it.
Yeah, it's that outlet pass.
Yeah, and that's it. Just pass it up. And then
that's
catch up with these guys.
My job's done.
Yeah,
I got my guy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. If I play with on the forward line, if I play with my guys like Mark Stitzen and Thomas Grant, or Greg Simpson, stuff like that, I'm passing up to those guys.
Why not? Why wouldn't you?
And let those guys run, or Jess Patterson, and that's exactly it.
Yeah,
I'll catch up with those guys.
I'll stay at the point.
Yeah.
I'll be the late man in.
I go in the front of the net with no visor.
Right.
I'm old school. No
visor,
exactly.
Yeah.
Stand in front
no shoulder pads?
Oh, I got the old school.
Dude, you got the little skinny ones?
Yeah, the old shoulder ones.
Fighting strap?
It's been a while since I've dropped the gloves.
Yeah, you don't need to nowadays,
No.
We don't heal as fast either. No, those bruises stick around.
Oh, that's exactly it.
Blake, listen, buddy, it's an absolute pleasure having you on. I enjoyed every second of it. I could talk to you for hours.
I could talk for another hour with you.
You're more than welcome to come back on this show. Bring a couple of the boys. We'll have a pop here.
Yeah.
We'll have a couple pops here and just shoot shit.
Yeah, anytime.
How's that? Okay.
Hey.
You got a standing invitation. I'll always be here, buddy.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Scotty.
Well, no worries, Blake. Listen, folks, that's another episode of Raw Podcast. I had Blake on from the Vancouver Hockey League. Great guy, great league. If you have check it out. Check out the website, and it's Vancouver Hockey League.
No, Victoria Hockey League.
Victoria Hockey League.
www.victoriahockeyleague.com.
Perfect. Go check it out, guys. And for that, we're going to close off. Have a great night.